This here is called Rose McGowan has refollowed Marilyn Manson on Instagram from July 10th, 2024 from Marilyn Manson Uncancelled. Let's see what we got. And as you can see, he screenshotted directly from Instagram. As reported last month, on June 4th, two different sources confirmed that Marilyn Manson grabbed a meal with his ex-fiancée, Rose McGowan, at Hollywood's Musso and Frank Grill. And though a photo captured Manson sitting at a table there eating, Rose was blocked by a barrier preventing her from being seen in the same photo. Some concentrated a bit too much on the photo evidence over the sources which confirmed she was there, and therefore expressed doubt she was there, when in fact the photo was just provided as a supplement to the actual evidence of confirmed testimony. It's understandable to question it, If she's not in the picture, sure. I personally believed it, but definitely no foul if you questioned it. If she's not there in the picture, it's okay to wait a little time to see if something comes out to confirm it. Today, however, we have further confirmation that Rose McGowan is indeed friends once more with Manson, with Rose herself making it official on Instagram. Or I guess these kids these days say Instagram official. On June 4th, I gave a very brief history of the friendship of Marilyn Manson and Rose McGowan since around 2020, before Evan Rachel Wood and other women named Marilyn Manson as their abuser on February 1st, 2021. I won't repeat details here, but basically, Rose and Manson were friends in 2020. Then, when Evan named Manson, the two people from Manson's past we all wanted to hear from were the women from his past two long-term relationships, his ex-fiancée, Rose, and ex-wife, Dita Van Tess. Both Rose and Tess made public statements that, though nothing from the allegations correspond with their experience with Manson, at the same time, they both expressed support for the women who came forward. It was also at this time that Rose unfollowed Manson on Instagram. She never stopped following Lindsay, and Manson never stopped following Rose. Then in late 2022, both Dita and Rose bitterly informed us in two separate interviews that supporters of Manson's accusers were bullying and harassing them to unfollow Manson on social media and make a public statement against him, and in support of the accusers on February 2021. Of course, they weren't the only ones, as I've written about here. And I must say, Marilyn Manson Uncancelled writes like 15-page articles, so if you've got any doubt that there's good info there, take my word for it, he's got the receipts. With this being the case, the next thing we know is that last month it was confirmed both Manson and Rose are having a friendly dinner together. And today it's become official by Rose herself, who confirmed the friendship is indeed real. Seeing that she felt coerced into unfollowing him in the first place, to refollow him seems to be a big statement, renouncing her past support for Evan. Unfortunately, we can't know for now if she would have unfollowed Evan in return, since Evan's Instagram is currently, sadly, still deactivated. And also, the Manson cases reported on this. Got to give a shout out to the Manson cases for the tip-off on this. Much appreciated. The Manson cases simply asks, considering she supported accusers publicly when they first came forward, it begs the question, does Rose McGowan now support Marilyn Manson? Well, here's where that brings us. It really all depends on how much weight you put on a follow on social media. Now, you can't say it means nothing. People don't just randomly scroll through and I'll follow you, even if I don't like you, and I'll follow you for no reason. There's generally a reason when you follow someone, whether it's to get the news, to show support for their content, maybe hope for a follow back, just to show friendship, whatever it is, generally there's a reason. On the negative side, you might want to follow them to debunk their news and contradict them in some cases, but usually that's the case for mostly content creators or people who are very active on social media. But I'm not sure how active Rose McGowan is, and I'm going to guess she doesn't do daily content. 3 clips a day, 10 tweets a day, whatever it is. It seems like to me, this would be a show of support. But that's my silly opinion. You let me know what you think in the comments. Got to give a shout out to Marilyn Manson Uncancelled and the Manson cases, all doing great jobs. Check them out definitely. But of course, I'll be covering it. And if you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time. This here is from Take 2 and 3. I have to say the title first and then the date because no one wants to hear the date first. Take 4, I guess. As reported last month on June 4th, two different sources confirmed that Marilyn Manson grabbed a meal with his ex-fiancée. There's another outtake. Whatever fiancé is, that's what happens when you read fast, but I have to.